How's it going, Jumping My name is TBM and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the final legendary set overview, and we're of course going to be doing the feral set. Before we start today's episode, I just wanted to say the new definitive edition for Shadow of War has been released. I will say the trailer was incredibly well done. Give credit to whoever makes the trailers or whatever over for Shadow of War. They do a great job all the time. But effectively, if you've already pre-ordered the game or you've got the gold edition, then the definitive edition is the exact same. It's effectively like a new marketing campaign because you effectively just release the game again, and then everyone who was holding off for quite a while knows that this is going to be the lowest price it's going to be for quite a while, so they pick up the game now. Of course, the sale, it's at the point now where the game is not going to extend much further. There's no more content updates or anything, and so they're just like, alright, we'll just do a final cash grab whilst the sales are at its lowest point. I mean, yeah. Now, for example, like, the game is the exact same. You still have to go onto the store to even redeem the DLCs, which you get with the Definitive Edition, and the 4K texture packs. So, really, if you're someone who wants to have all of that on one disc, the Definitive Edition doesn't even offer that ability, which I think is a bit scummy, considering the whole point of a Definitive Edition is so you can get all the DLCs and everything about the game on one disc. But yeah, pretty much, if you guys want to get it now, I think it's $50 American dollars, I think it is. I mean, I don't know. Of course, your boy's chilling in the UK, and I haven't really looked into it much because I just saw the trailer, and of course, there's no point me looking into it because I've already got the game. But yeah, pretty much, guys. If any of you were holding off buying the game, I know a few of you were chilling in the comments saying, "Oh, I might decide to get this game, or whatever." Now is totally the time to get it. Just pick up the definitive edition. That way, you won't be missing out on any of the DLCs or whatever. But yeah, pretty much, guys, on the screen now, as you see, we have a close-up look of the feral set, identical to the Marauder in terms of style, but of course has a completely different color palette. The actual sort of woven sort of basket, I call it a woven basket, I mean, I don't know what that's called, like the thatching or whatever on the front is slightly browner. It almost has like a brass tinge to it. But then, of course, the main difference is, of course, the cloth and the cloaks. They now have a red and purple theme, very, very vibrant, much lighter and sort of more, well, it's just a lot more colourful than any of the other sets that are in the game. And yeah, I would say it's alright. I mean, the problem is it's of course one of the weakest sets in the game, potentially the weakest altogether if you don't like using beasts. But of course, we're going to go into that when we cover the gear overview. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, we're going to be doing the gear overview for the feral set. Starting things off here, we have the Sword of Beasts. A sword design prized by those who seek mastery over beasts. Slightly unique description there. I mean, of course, it's the same for every single piece of gear, so hey, whatever. But they actually put a bit of thought into this one, which is good to see. Level 81, so it's going to be doing 172 damage, but that's not really what we care about. As you see there, reduce cool mount cooldown by 14%. A max level legendary gear set that gives a reduction of 14%. Some secondary effects in the game offer a 50% boost to damage or like defense, and this is giving you a reduction of 14%. For contrast, if we go over to the Mystic set, which is right here, this reduces cool followers cooldown by 25%. Like, why is this one so much worse? I don't really understand it. And the worst thing is this set doesn't actually have a lot else going for it. As you see, their critical hits have a 50% chance to curse enemies. That's an alright secondary effect. I would probably re-roll that. Moving on, we have the dagger. The exact same, reduces cooldown again by 14%, and this one also applies curse on quick throw. That's of course one of the worst one again. Worst effects again. Sorry, I'm slurring my words. I'm an absolute raging alcoholic. Sorry about that. But yeah, overall, dagger's pretty bad. Moving on again, we have the Bow of Beasts. Wouldn't we know? It's reducing the cooldown by another 14%. I'm sorry, it's got the 15 elf shot, so that is the highest you can get in the game. Very, very good. But it's not even a longbow. For such an awful primary effect, surely it should be a longbow. I mean, it actually looks incredibly cool. Looking over there, it looks like some sort of like Fulmer weaponry. If any of you play Skyrim, which of course is quite a lot of you. But it looks like some sort of Fulmer looking thing there. It looks pretty cool. Of course, bow appearance isn't really that important because you can rarely see it. But as you see there, this bow is really awful. Moving on again, rather, we have the armor, and this reduces the cooldown again by 14%. Like, at least with the Mystic set, half of the set was like shadow abilities, whereas this one is now just all cooldown reduction so far. And 15 health recovery per kill, that's a bit naff. You can get that on the Slaughter set, and it's arguably much better. Moving on, we have the Cloak of Beasts, and guess what? It reduces it again by 14%, and it also reduces the duration of poison. You know what? Poison is very, very bad, so you know what? If you have the secondary effect, you know, I would recommend keeping it. It's pretty good. Though you can get the 40% resistance to range attacks, which playing on brutal difficulty is very, very good. And finally, we have the Rune of Beasts. This increases the damage dealt by Uruk allies, so that's pretty awful, but it's another 14%. Like, okay. That means when you're running all of this armor, like all the armor set, like the legendary set together, you're getting an 84% reduction. 84% for running every single bit. For contrast, the Mystic set only requires you to wear 3 and you get 75% reduction. This set is awful. I don't even understand why it's in the game. Like, it's trash. It's absolutely trash. Like, nah. Okay, I'm going to try and make the most out of this build. So, of course, we are going to be keeping the 4 out of 4 set bonus, because, you know, we want to show you the full stuff of this build. I think we're just going to get rid of the cloak. And you know what? We're going to run the Helm Mask of the Fell Rider. You know what? We're going to summon in some elemental growls, because we might as well. And we're going to swap out the sword for a Humiliator, because I swear if I have to run anything else, I will want to die. So this is going to be the build that we're going to run today. Of course, we are actually going to swap out our Dragon Song for Growl Call. And that's because we want to be summoning elemental growls. And the cooldown is actually shorter on Growl Call than it is Drake Call, I do believe. And so therefore we might actually be able to get quite a lot of damage going here. But yeah, this is going to be the build we're going to be rerunning today. I know it's pretty underwhelming because I think this is the final episode in the overall sort of overviews. But of course I will be doing another episode where I'm going to be compiling them all together in one list, doing a sort of a tier thing, and my new updated ultimate build. I'll be doing that in one video. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the siege.
Darkness consumes you. The ring consumes you. Hold on, Talion.
Don't blink! I want you to see the one that makes you blind! Boss! You what? You're going! Someone help me bring it down! This purged weapon better be enough to put you down. I went to a lot of bother to get my hands on it.
Alright guys, that was the Siege. Quite underwhelming, really. The gameplay itself was nothing different to the usual. It really just, I suppose this really just shows the power of Humiliator, and how even though I'm running such an awful set, I'm still able to effectively kill captains just from running Humiliator in these sieges. We were able to take advantage of the 4 out of 4 set bonus once, and I actually forgot to mention it in the gear review. But effectively what it allows you to do is shadow mount unbroken animals. You get Growls at 2 out of 2 and Drakes at 4 out of 4. And of course you can get the unbroken Caragors as a skill. But overall this set is just too weak for me to consider it properly. I think there needs to be quite a few changes to the set before it becomes viable. It's practically useless. As you see that, even though we had an 84% reduction on our cooldown, we were still only able to summon in our Graug twice. And of course, because the cooldown doesn't reset until the Graug is dead, you know, it's just not particularly good. I think there needs to be numerous buffs. For example, I think the reduction in cooldown needs to be increased to 25% on all pieces of gear. I think that either maybe the sword or the bow or something should do extra damage to beasts, so that you're able to pretty much just instant kill any beast provided you're using that gear bit. And I think that alongside the set bonuses, I think it should say Shadow Mount Unbroken Growls without using any elf shots, and the same for the 4 out of 4 bonus on the Unbroken Drakes. Because even though you are running 15 elf shot using the bow, I still feel like it's just just having something else added into the set would be beneficial. I guess if you were to be running the prestige skills and you maxed out your prestige skill all the way up to level 100, you can get an extra. I think it might actually be 50% bonus damage, but I'll have to double check. I'll pop it up on the screen if I got it wrong. But yeah. Overall, I would say this set is the weakest in the game by far. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool using the fire Graug, because they don't usually use elemental Graugs. It was kind of cool. We thankfully came across some captains that weren't either fireproof or beast proof, so therefore we were actually able to use our beast against them, which was pretty cool, or them actually. So that was kind of cool. But pretty much, guys, that's going to summarise today's video. Hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that other fancy stuff. Don't forget, we're going to be trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone. We're going to hit it very, very soon. We're at 888 subscribers at the moment. Corn is with us, like if you get that reference. But yeah, pretty much, guys, I have so many to say. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Cue the music.